Hey, this is Dr. Berg. I want to talk about this question that keeps coming up. I always ask people, what is the best source of potassium? And everyone says bananas. Bananas are the worst source of potassium. I mean, you would have to consume 12 bananas to get your daily amount of potassium, because typically a banana has maybe 300 to 400 milligrams, and the normal amounts that you need are close to 4,700. 4,700. So let's kind of go through, first of all, what potassium deficiencies will create, and then I'll show you some other things on that. Let me just give you access to this right here. Okay, potassium. Potassium is a physiological relaxer. It helps a lot of things, but let me just kind of give you the key areas that potassium will help. Number one, blood pressure. Why? Because potassium gets rid of excess sodium to help balance the potassium-sodium ratio, because sodium tends to retain fluid, increasing fluid retention and blood pressure. So potassium will lower the blood pressure. The metabolism of protein. So if you're a meat eater and you don't eat a lot of vegetables, you won't be able to metabolize that protein. So I'm talking about the hairs, nails, skin, the tissues, the structures, the tendons, the ligaments. You need potassium to be able to create proteins on your body. It controls blood sugars. Do you know that in order to store blood sugar in your liver and your muscles, you need potassium? So without potassium, you're going to crave sweets and sugar like crazy, and your blood sugars will be more erratic. So by taking more potassium, you can help stabilize blood sugars. Potassium is a main electrolyte which helps heart function, so you need it for the heart to function, to avoid getting palpitations, arrhythmias, things like that. Potassium is a relaxer, so it helps you sleep at night. It helps recovery. It helps prevent kidney stones. But see, most people don't even consume close to the normal amount that you need per day. You need 4,700 milligrams. That would be about 7 to 10 cups of salad per day. So if you buy one of those big plastic containers of salad, they usually come in like ounces. So you have like, I don't know, I think it's like 18 ounces for a real big one. That's 18 cups. So you would need to consume half of that every single day to get your potassium. That's how I get mine, through a lot of salads. But there are other vegetables that you can consume potassium, and I'm going to show you those right now. Okay. So number one, beet greens has 1,300 milligrams. That's crazy high. Now, when you go to the grocery store, you see you can buy beets, right? You know what those are, but they have these big stems with the leaves. That would be beet greens. Very few people consume those, but if you put those in your salad, you will get a lot of potassium, and it's also good for the gallbladder too. Swiss chard, a very, very bitter vegetable. I suggest saute it. May put it in your salad. You can juice it. You can blend it. So that has 960 milligrams per cup. Avocados, almost 900 milligrams per avocado, a medium amount. I consume an avocado a day. In the morning when I have my eggs, 4 eggs, I throw avocado in there because I like that. I love avocados. I like them ripe though. I don't like them too raw or unripe, not raw. Okay, so because they're always raw, you're not going to cook them. Winter squash has a ton, has like almost 900. Spinach has 838 milligrams. Sweet potato has a lot, but I wouldn't recommend consuming those unless you're not trying to worry about weight, and because those can be kind of starchy. And look at bananas, that's 400. That's for a big banana. Kind of a medium size or a small one would be 300. So you can see right there that bananas are not the best source of potassium. And I think that's one of the myths out there. Now, here's the thing. I like to get my potassium from vegetables, not fruit, because fruit has a little bit too much sugar in it. So the other thing is that when you eat protein like meats and things, it doesn't really have a lot of potassium, so you must eat more salad and vegetables. We need a balance of potassium and sodium. Sodium, we need about 1,000 milligrams. Potassium, we need about 4.7 more. The ratio is about 1 to 4. 1.4, actually 1 to 4.7. So I don't want to get it too technical, but the point is that from every 1,000 milligrams of sodium, you need that much potassium. So what a lot of people will do is to lower their sodium intake. That's not very smart because you need sodium for energy, for your adrenals, for a lot of things, but you want it in sea salt. But the thing to do is not to lower sodium, but to increase potassium, so you have the ratios. Because if you ever notice that when you go home at night, you might crave potassium, like sweets, right? And then you crave salt, and then sweet, and then salt. You're trying to get electrolytes from this food because your body, your adrenal glands are drained and you're tired. So a much better way would be to consume a large, huge green salad and then have something salty. That would really solve the problem. So I just wanted to create a little video on this myth, and I hope you got a couple tips. So start increasing your intake of potassium, and I will see you in the next video. Hey, before you leave, I just wanted to give you a little quick history on some of the books that I wrote. This was one of the first books. It's called Dr. Berg Body Shapes. It was my attempt at writing about body types. What was very interesting about this book is I actually did all the images myself. Don't ask me why. They look actually not quite as professional as some of the images that I have in the new book. But anyway, this is my first attempt right here called Dr. Berg's Body Shape Diets. And then I wrote a book more extensive called The 7 Principles of Fat Burning. I don't even have a copy anymore, actually, because it's outdated. The next book, I put about 1,000 hours into this one right here called The New Body Type Guide. Major updates on the body types. I put a lot of energy into this. It has professional images, graphics, all sorts of things. Now, the problem with this book is it doesn't really describe what this is really about. Body types are only a small portion of what's in this book. And that's why I changed the name to the Healthy Keto Plan, okay? If you happen to have this book, you don't really need this book because there's some only very, very minor updates. But if you don't have this, you need to get this one right here. This book goes into every single detail that you would ever want to know about. It goes into the 7 principles of fat burning. It goes into hormones, the body types, the basic keto plan. It goes into intermittent fasting. I talk about the 10 fat burning triggers and blockers and fat burning strategies with a lot of details in every single chapter. I go into body issues that interfere with losing weight. There's very few people that just have a weight problem. They have a lot of body issues, whether it's sleeping problems, stress problems, inflammation, menopause. I cover that extensively in this book. Then I talk about how to get rid of stress, and I show you a technique. Then I get into exercising. And then I have a lot of really good recipes in this book as well. So this is a good reference guide. On my website, if you get this book, you get this one free. It's called Healthy Keto and Intermittent Fasting. This is the shortcut, quick guide to this book. And the reason I created this book is to have you, within 45 minutes, learn how to do keto, okay, in intermittent fasting, exactly what you need to do. Then you can fill in the blanks with this book right here. So right now I'm doing a special. If you get this book, you get this one totally free, or you can go to Amazon and get these individually. So I just want to clarify the difference between this book and this updated one right here. If you don't have this, you need to get this right here. That way you can get the exact correct information to do it healthily.